number 6 here, back with mobile mailbox money. We're here back in Scottsdale, Arizona from an action-packed week. Here today with Sean Gibson.
Yes.
Just enjoying a stick here at Fox Cigar Lounge. Sean,
Absolutely.
What are you smoking on today?
Oh, today I'm smoking Camacho today. So nice medium cigar, one of my favorites.
The Padron 1864 anniversary series. We're here just trying to soak up some sub 100 degree temperature in this nice building.
Absolutely.
So Sean, appreciate you meeting up with me today here at Old Town Scottsdale at Fox Cigar Lounge.
Yes.
A lot of games going on right now. You know, Texas and Arch Manning had a big upset.
Yeah, right.
Just got back from the American Lending Conference and wanted to sit down with Sean, catch up about the things that are developing, kind of what's going on, and just do some house cleaning. So Sean, what do you got for me?
Yeah. So thanks all for coming by today. Obviously, folks, you don't get to peel back the curtains of real estate investing. You can buy a course, but all I'm going to talk to you about is a week, and that to me is invaluable. So thanks so much. First of all, let's talk about the conference you went to. Let's start there. How was the conference?
Absolutely, yeah. So the American Lending Conference, shout out to Matt Rosen, who actually orchestrates the event, the owner. Big influential individual, and happy to attend his conference in Henderson at the Green Valley Ranch Resort, about 7 minutes outside of the airport. So a great location. The venue was really nice for being not on the strip. But a lot of contacts made. We met private money brokers, some private investors, other, real estate operators from real estate brokerages, NMLS license holders, and all the above. And even, from large law firms, throwing other conferences. So we had a chance to sit down with a plethora of individuals operating in private lending. Private lending is one of the biggest things to facilitate an income-oriented investment strategy right now, and alternative investments are being Googled higher levels than ever before. So what better time to go to a private lending conference? You meet individuals and try to expand our business. So, we met a handful of individuals, and we'll be doing the real work, which is the following.
You're right. Yeah, Alwa is right.
Had a couple interviews that have surfaced with Jirachi Law Firm and the Dynamic Finance Group, as well as with Matt Rosen himself. So check those out. Those have dropped on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So that's a quick checkup from the American Lending Conference. We actually got back yesterday. So
Welcome back. Welcome back to the heat. So I know you go to a lot of conferences. Any conference you're going to be coming up to? Obviously, you want to get back into the one you talked about, but any other conferences you can shout out for the viewers out there?
We've attended Arizona Real Estate Investors Association habitually. Second Monday of every month. We've always got a booth out there, and we'll be doing the same kind of interview style tactics. For marketing, we picked up an investor accredited through the fund, a whole 100,000 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we actually bought 8 notes over the past 2 weeks, and those yield me 14% interest. So my investor makes 10% for 1 year paid monthly. So a lot of transactions got done last week with our back office through that meeting at Arizona Real Estate Investors Association. We also have the NPLA conference at the end of this month, the National Private Lenders Association here in Scottsdale, and Paper Trail.
Okay.
Actually, so we'll be in attendance for both. Paper Trail will actually have a booth at that event. So, looking forward to the exposure, the other private lenders and note investment specialists operating that will be in attendance at the event. We'd love to talk to you. If you see one of these, don't hesitate to come up to our booth and maybe even get an interview. But we're excited for those events specifically. And then, coming up in October, I think we have the Alternative Asset Summit with Directed IRA, who works great with an IRA custodian. Directed, very communicative. There are a lot of great events. We've been to their SDIRA Summit in Dallas. That was pretty good. Picked up a couple of lenders from there that were looking for a passive double-digit interest rate. So a lot of conferences going on.
Yeah.
September.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, big month. Super exciting. So obviously everybody probably wants to know, how do you find some of the opportunities? Manufactured homes. Every time I look at the list, you guys bought a couple, you sold a couple, but you You have about 27, 28 deals, I'm sure, in the hopper right now. And most investors, 50 flip guys, they can't find 2 or 3. So how do you find so many?
Yeah, so we built up a great brand through social media, guerrilla marketing strategies, to courting mobile home park owners, to associations like Business Network International and Arizona Real Estate Investors Association, working with other wholesalers and things of that nature. We've done mailers for a long time. So it's kind of a mixed bag. You know, if you focus on one main drip of business, you know, you don't end up evolving and building up to a staple within that marketplace. So for us, you know, we've hit really every major vertical, from attending associations like the Mobile Home Major Conference, MHI, to, you know, talking to park managers and getting elevated within their corporate contact tree, you know,
Yes.
to all the above. So, you know, being a staple in this business is of utmost importance. Why? Because we get the best deals
Seriously.
in the country, probably. You know, we buy stuff deeply discounted, not always in super dilapidated condition. We're available to take on rehabs like that because we have 15 in our independent contractor network that works specifically for us. But man, you know, from people about to get evicted to people that have been trying to sell for a year with a real estate agent that didn't know what they were doing, to having a finance component fall out of their transaction because they didn't know how to navigate mobile home finance.
Right.
You know, all of those are areas of execution that we take advantage and ultimately offer a needed service. That's kind of why we're getting the deals that we're getting, right?
Excellent. So obviously everyone knows that, you know, real estate's up and down. There's so many things that happen and you're always putting out fires, but anything that happened in the last couple of weeks that was challenging for you that you kind of overcame? I'm sure we probably got 10, 20 stories per day, but can you let the viewers know how you overcame up challenge?
Yeah, you know, we had the recent Haboob. What was that, like a week ago?
Yeah.
You know, having inventory, you know, throughout the major metropolitan areas has an element of risk. We have all our properties insured, but we had to fix like 2 awnings. You know, those are $3,000 a piece because of the microbursts that we had here in Arizona. And that's just one case specific item. You know, you got the classic clients that are not satisfied because they thought they were buying the Taj Mahal and they knew they were buying it as is. You've got, you know, ultimate challenge of contract setup, you know, for the newly originated loans that are going to third-party contract servicing. So it's a real business, you know, at the end of the day, with multiple different latitudes, from the buy, rehab, resell, to client customer service, to contract origination, to the follow-up and capital investment of the investor actually doing the transaction to facilitate the home ownership program via seller carry finance, and they buy the note. You know, so it's 3 different businesses all working cohesively, vertically integrated with multiple different at any given time. Highly unique, but that's why it's important to have a team.
Absolutely.
You can't do this business, or really much of any business at scale, on your own. You know, they were saying that there may be the first billion trillion dollar business with 3 people in it with AI. You know, but there's still team environment to be had, and enough money to go around to make it advantageous for everyone to ultimately make a good income, make a good investment, have a good home, and all the above.
And that was my next question. You see everybody talk about ChatGPT and AI, which you're actually using in your business and you're crushing in your business. So how did you start developing your AI skills and putting them into your business and making it successful? Because a lot of people don't know how to use AI to its full capability.
Yeah, so, you know, if you're not implementing new strategy with artificial intelligence, you're being left behind at the end of the day. There's a true new wave of tech, you know, to take advantage of. And really what it boils down to is just getting creative and biting the bullet and buying those specific platforms, you know, with whatever you deem an efficiency increase, or, you know, a marketing tactic, or a drip campaign, or data scraping. You know, there's multiple different integrations for AI. We're doing a lot of video generation, lifelike video generation outside the White House in Dubai, on CNN, ABC, you know, almost like commercials on the Super Bowl and stuff on the PGA, all through, you know, different AI interfaces. And that's been really game changing because the looks we've gotten from individuals from those AI generated video based marketing content has been, you know, head over heels of our current investors as well as new people that may not know us intimately. They're starting to look in a little bit more because of the professional products that we provide as far as the video, and it actually looking almost lifelike.
Yeah, absolutely does.
If you didn't know me, you probably would think I'm worth, you know, $500 million, but that's not the case. We're gonna get pretty far here, I think, in this business. But you know, other AI integrations are on the table right now for you know, all the above: marketing strategies, drip campaigns, chat boxes, and our websites, to trying to figure out how we AI avatar Alden Guajardo and draw from previous Zoom meetings. So over the past 2 years, you know, of the Zoom content that we have, it'll draw data and be able to intuitively answer questions, you know. So it's crazy the amount of stuff, you know, that can facilitate a needed enhancement within your business. Got to do it.
So people always ask me, how does Alden do it? You're in AI, social media, you're buying and selling notes, you're buying manufactured homes, you're remanufactured homes, you're going to networking events, you're flying out of town to go to networking events. If somebody just wants to buy a deal, how does someone do all those things?
I think trying to do and replicate what we do is easier said than done. You know, we do all of this. We buy the home, created relationships, sold it on seller finance, raised the money, originate it properly, and place that either in the fund or sell to a private investor. We do all of that so you can get a passive return. Really, my objective would be to be on the other side of the aisle, just lending my money out at 10 to 14% interest and go live my life. I don't have the blessing availability to do so. We're early on, you know, 8-10 years in the business. But, you know, it's the, you know, base is important to say the least. But I made the commitment a long time ago to produce more than I consume, as far as in every latitude, you know, opposed to sitting there scrolling on Facebook or whatever it may be, or going out to the games all the time and stuff like that, you know. Utilizing your time more efficiently, waking up early, putting in healthy habits so you have the bandwidth in order to facilitate, you know, the data going through your head at any given time, have all been strides towards where I want to be as an efficient operator. You know, health is important.
Absolutely.
Honing in on your health, not drinking all the time, honing in on your nutrition, meeting with a doctor to make sure that you're dialed, you know, having the energy in order to do so is half the battle.
That's good.
So, you know, shout out to Dr. Keith with Regen Pain and Wellness. Got me on a great regimen, and I'm feeling dialed right now.
That's awesome, yeah.
Traveling, going to conferences, shooting content, editing, posting, raising money, finding deals, selling deals. You know, all the above. It's quite an interesting position to be in as of the avatar that I am right now.
Absolutely.
To be in such a versatile program, you know, I've had to pivot at the end of the days of no choice.
Right.
You know, from the marketing strategies to, you know, getting curious with AI. You know, if you're not moving forward, you're moving back at the end of the day. And I'm trying to do my best every day to be better than the last.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of how I fulfill what we're portraying.
Well, I wanted you to enjoy your stick. Yeah, Alden, thank you so much always. Like, it really pulls back the curtain. Like, you don't get to see or hear how real estate investors actually operate their week, the highs, the lows, and what they're doing. So this is always just fantastic, a great little nugget. So yes.
You know, one step closer to our want for financial freedom. That's what we call mobile mailbox money. Today is brought to you by Silvercrest Opportunity Fund 506C. Invest today for a 1-year term at 10% net paid monthly or 3-year term at 12% net paid quarterly in our income-oriented investment strategy, investing like Warren Buffett. Fox Cigar Lounge here today, September 6th. I think I'll be 31 in 10 days.
Yeah.
So
Youngster.
we're moving. Check out the previous blogs, the podcasts, the interviews, the associations, the industry magnates on the channel. If you don't see something that you like on our website, call today for a special offer at 602
888 cash. And just buy notes. Just buy notes. Easy.